Freedom is not doing what you want, but not doing what you don't want. Rules for happiness: something to do, someone to love, something to hope for. Two things on me most: the starry sky above me, and the moral law within me. All our knowledge begins with the senses, proceeds then to the understanding, and ends with reason. There is nothing higher than reason. It is not God's will merely that we should be happy, but that we should make ourselves happy. It is by his activities and not by enjoyment that man feels. He is alive. In idleness we not only feel that life is fleeting, but we also feel lifeless. Honesty is better than any policy. Each according to his own way of seeing things, seek one goal, that is gratification. Freedom is the opposite of necessity. The question is not so much whether there is life on Mars, as whether it will continue to be possible to live on Earth. Maturity is having the courage to use one's own intelligence. Human reason is by nature architectonic. Man must be disciplined, for he is by nature raw and wild. Look closely, the beautiful may be small. Happiness is not an ideal of reason, but of imagination. If the truth shall kill them, let them die. Patience is the strength of the weak. Impatience is the weakness of the strong. Live your life as though your every act were to become a universal law. It is often necessary to make a decision on the basis of knowledge sufficient for action, but insufficient to satisfy the intellect. Have the courage to use your own reason. That is the motto of enlightenment. Morality is not the doctrine of how we may make ourselves happy, but how we may make ourselves worthy of happiness. Always treat people as ends in themselves, never as means to an end. The wise man can change his mind, the stubborn one never. Dare to think. We can judge the heart of a man by his treatment of animals. Space and time are the framework within which the mind is constrained to construct its experience of reality. Great minds think for themselves. Reason can never prove the existence of God. The only thing that is good without qualification is a good will. Give a man everything he wants, and at that moment, everything is not everything. Man's desires are endless. If man makes himself a worm, he must not complain when he is trodden on. There can be no doubt that all our knowledge begins with experience. Out of the crooked timber of humanity, no straight thing was ever made. Heaven has given human beings three things to balance the odds of life: hope, sleep, and laughter. With man, the state of nature is not a state of peace, but war. The nice thing about living in a small town is that when you don't know what you're doing, someone else does. Freedom is that faculty that enlarges the usefulness of all other faculties. What can I know? What ought I to do? What can I hope? Have patience a while, slanders are not long lived. Truth is the child of time, ere long she shall appear to vindicate thee. Suicide is not abominable because God prohibits it. God prohibits it because it is abominable. The existence of the Bible is the greatest blessing which humanity ever experienced. Riches ennoble a man's circumstances, but not himself. How then is perfection to be sought? Wherein lies our hope? In education and in nothing else.